Top 3 bands hated. Saul Hudson, known professionally as Slash, is a British-American musician, best known as the lead guitarist of the hard rock band Guns N' Roses, with whom he achieved worldwide success in the late 1980s and mid-1990s. He has enjoyed immense success as a musician and has had a profound influence on the music industry. Slash's signature sound helped define the band's success in the late 1980s and early 1990s, especially on iconic albums like Appetite for Destruction, 1987, and Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, 1991. His bluesy, melodic playing, particularly on songs like Sweet Child O' Mine, Paradise City, and November Rain, is still regarded as some of the best in rock history. After he finished touring with Guns N' Roses, Slash formed a series of bands, including Slash Snakepit and a blues cover band called Slash's Blues Ball. In 2003, he formed Velvet Revolver, which was largely praised and heralded as a successful comeback. Slash also released 2 solo albums, one in 2008 and one in 2012. He inspired countless guitarists who grew up in the 80s and beyond. He has also been vocal about the bands that never quite hit the right chord for him. Here are 3 bands he hated the most. Kiss. The world of rock and roll is no stranger to feuds, but few have been as outspoken and long-lasting as the tension between Guns N' Roses and Kiss. The dislike from Guns N' Roses, particularly from lead guitarist Slash, runs deep. In a 1990 interview with Musician magazine, Slash openly shared his hatred for Kiss, a sentiment that dates back to the early days of his musical journey. During rehearsals with former Guns N' Roses drummer Steven Adler, who was a massive Kiss fan, Slash was often objected to hearing Kiss records, a band he said he always hated. His early exposure to Kiss only strengthened his negative opinion of them. Slash's dislike for Kiss eventually led to a direct conflict with the band's frontman, Paul Stanley. In Stanley's 2014 memoir, Face the Music, A Life Exposed, he revealed that the two didn't speak for almost 20 years due to what he described as offensive remarks made by Slash. Poison. Guns N' Roses took a jab at their rivals, Poison, from Capitol Records. During an interview, Slash made it clear that Poison represented everything wrong with the genre. They labeled Poison as posers who embodied everything wrong with rock and roll. In one incident, a woman claims that after hearing about Slash's interview, members of Poison poured multiple beers and ice from a champagne bucket over her. Security eventually removed her from the venue. She later alleged that Poison's management threatened her to stay silent, but she filed a $1.1 million lawsuit against the band. The case was eventually settled out of court. Slash had auditioned for Poison in the mid-80s, but later dismissed it, saying he wasn't serious about it because he wasn't interested in the band's costumes and makeup. However, Poison's drummer, Ricky Rockett, gave a different perspective in a 2017 interview with Decibel Geek, where he said they were looking for an East Coast rock guy, and CC DeVille just made more sense for the band. It's also said that Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash was furious when Poison chose CC DeVille over him to join the band. In a separate interview, when asked about his opinion on other bands, Slash said, "My peers? I don't like to say because I've gotten in trouble before, but it's okay. My peers suck. They're really bad. I hope in 5 years Guns N' Roses isn't remembered like Poison or Kingdom Come. I hope we're seen as different. We're in a tough time for rock and roll, where people aren't creating from the heart. The industry has become all about business and money." Nickelback. Were Nickelback really as bad as the memes suggest, or has pop rock simply declined since the days when Chad Kroeger dominated the charts? According to Lazaro, who discussed the band's meme status in 2016, the dislike for Nickelback actually started long before social media made it easy to criticize music. In 1999, Nickelback signed with Roadrunner Records, a label known for heavy metal bands. By 2000, underground heavy metal fans were already calling Nickelback the band that ruined Roadrunner Records, she said. So, from the beginning, the people who were supposed to be their core fans disliked them. Speaking from the Los Angeles studio where he's been recording, Slash slammed bands like Nickelback for ruining rock and roll. Rock's spirit is still alive, but the industry has become homogenized. It's not really rock anymore, it keeps shifting in and out of pop, he said. Nickelback isn't even a rock band, and eventually, fans lose interest after being spoon-fed the same stuff over and over. Despite this, Nickelback has become a cultural touchstone, where even if you don't like them, you likely have an opinion on them.